We are live, and why don't we have Jeff? Links. Video links. Oh, there we go.
Hey there, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Good to see ya.
Good to see you. Another day in paradise, man. This
Yeah,
is, you'll be happy to know we are communicating through my brand new iMac. I made the final conversion a couple weeks ago, so everything. The desktop was the last PC in this house. So
really,
it's fun to see this Hangout thing. That's the first time I've used it on this machine.
Yeah, it's awesome. Once you go Mac, you never go back.
That's what.
Say hi to Rocky.
There he is. Okay, did he hear?
Hey, there's your guy.
Come here, dude. Come here. There we go. There we go. Can you say hey? Can you say hey?
Say hello to the doggy. Want to see the doggy? Oh, he's yawning. I'm boring him already.
Look, see him? See him? Okay, time to get down, pal. All right, here we go. Hopefully mine won't start barking, and it'll make yours start barking, and it'll be fun.
Hey, you know what? I don't know why I noticed these things. I have that same little sculpture that's behind you.
Which one?
Little.
One right here?
Yeah.
Really? Cool.
Yeah. A little thing.
That was for when I first started the column in the Talented Democrat back in, the 90s when I was a marriage and family therapist. I got an award for it, so that's what that is.
Cool.
What's your?
I think it's just ours was like a wedding gift or something.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something to be awarded for.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So I have my slides. Typically, what I do is I just, like on the Webinar Jam thing, is I just stay on screen for a couple minutes for like a quick intro.
Sure.
And then jump over to the slides, and you'll be able to kind of see and hear everything. So anytime you want to jump in or whatever, that's cool. I think you can see the questions that come in as well.
Yeah, I'll be able to see that. And then later on, you're going to have to teach me how to use one of these because I like it. Yeah,
it's great. It's I like the Webinar Jam thing because it's kind of the whole system from start to finish, from the page to replay.
It got buggy on me when it first started, but I hear it's gotten better. So
yeah, it's been pretty good. I've been using it fairly regularly.
Awesome.
So all right, cool. So we are live, and what happens?
I'll just start the thing and welcome everybody, and then turn it over to you.
In Webinar Jam, what happens is that the people can't even actually get in until right at the top of the hour. Then you'll see some names start to populate the list on the attendee list.
Okay.
And then so we can just, once people pop in, we can just say hello and do a little meet and greet, and then let me know, and I'll do screen share and bump over the slides. See those, folks? You can see them.
Yeah, there they are.
Awesome. Welcome.
So we good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's people are here, and Rocco's here.
Wonderful. Hey, if you're going to show him, come here, dude. Come here, boy.
Yes, it's the first we have to. The dogs have to make an appearance.
All right, you guys have heard Duke barking in the background on the webinars. Here he is. Give me a kiss. How about that? We'll work on this? Okay.
Boy.
Hey, go back to sleep, please. All right, so hey, folks, welcome everyone to another Results Now. This is a Google Hangout webinar. This is Jeff Herring, your host, broadcasting live from our virtual studios here just north of Atlanta, Georgia. And our topic today is video marketing shortcuts. We have with us a special guest, sweet Lou Bortone, who, as you may have noticed in the emails leading up to this, we share something very important in common, which is a love for the Godfather series. If you hear us say, leave the gun, take the cannoli, you'll know where that's coming from. Lou is so good with video, and what he's going to do today is show you folks how to do it in 10-minute segments, shortcuts, hacks, tips, tools, and I got to call him out a little bit because he's saying you can do really great video marketing in 10 minutes a day. So Lou, got to prove that here, buddy.
All right.
I'm going to turn it over to you. Take it away, my friend.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm going to switch right over to the slides because we have lots of content, and one of the lovely features of Google Hangouts is you can show your screen and show your slides. So feel free to jump in anytime, but otherwise I'm just going to kind of plow through here because we do have lots of content and lots of cool
Go for it.
shortcuts and things to share. So you should now be able to see my screen.
Got it.
It says video marketing shortcuts. Tips, tools, and hacks to help you crank out great video. So I'm all about, maybe it's because I'm kind of lazy, but I'm all about simplicity. My background is in the TV and radio business. I worked at E! Entertainment Television in LA, and I work at Fox Family Channel, and spent many, many years in the TV business, and the last several years, since about the time of YouTube, in online video. And pretty much took my whole business online. So I'm a huge believer in video marketing. It's helped my business, my clients' businesses, and what I'm really a big believer in is keeping it simple and really trying to simplify the process and streamline the process so that people actually do it. Because it works great, but it only works if you actually do it. Because I know, Jeff, I follow a lot of your webinars and a lot of your content, and as you like to say, you got to go out there and use this stuff.
That's what I've heard. Go use this stuff.
So let's talk simple video and what's in this for you, and what we're going to talk about for the next half hour or 40 minutes or so is why making great video is still a bit of a challenge. Even though it's gotten a lot easier, people still complain that it's too hard or it takes too long. So I'm going to give you some tips to cut through the clutter and the confusion so that you can actually get this stuff done and take the overwhelm out of it. And in the process, I'll give you some shortcuts and some secrets and some hacks. I'm going to show you a few things that you can do with YouTube that's going to make that easier for you to use. And I'll also share, and I have a gazillion tools, but I'll share a few of my favorite time-saving tips and tools. And then, as Jeff alluded to, I'll show you how I crank out video and how I help my clients crank out video in 10 minutes a day. I know it sounds like a bold claim, but it can be done. I do it all the time, and not just because I'm a video guy, because I'm not really that technical. I just figure out a way to streamline the process, and I want to share that with you. So really the challenge is when it comes to video and video marketing is that in a way there really are too many tools and too many resources and really not enough time to use them all. And as a result, we tend to get bogged down in gadgets and bright shiny objects when we really should be focusing on goals and strategy. So it really is easy to get overwhelmed and to get stuck because you may say, oh my God, I've got 17 different ways to do this video. I'm not even sure where to begin, or I don't know whether to do an on-camera video or an animated video. And the marketplace is super duper saturated with all these different solutions and softwares, and many of them I have promoted, many of them I've purchased, and they're good solutions, but there's just way too many of them. So what I try and do is teach people and kind of get back to the basics and find simple, streamlined, smart ways to do this so that we don't get all caught up in the hype of all the different resources and equipment. Sound good, Jeff?
Absolutely, man. I love it. I've been looking forward to this, so preach on. I want to see this stuff.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask, I'm not going to make a poll or put anybody on the spot, but I know because we all promote each other's products that many of us may have purchased over the last year or so all kinds of different video software. There's VideoMaker FX, which is really popular, Video Script Genius, Xplendio, Video Creator, Tube Tracker. There's just a gazillion different kinds of software out there, and I think I bought half of them through you and Mike Stewart and Daniel Hall. Yeah, and they're great. I mean, I have purchased these too, but sometimes it's easy to get bogged down in having so many different tools to use. So maybe you're like me and you bought some of these, and I'm going to do like a confession. I'm going to kind of, this is like showing somebody my dirty closet or something, but I did a screenshot of my JV purchases.
Oh, that page looked familiar.
Over the last, not even year, I think. And I counted 60 products that I've purchased. Now, I could lie to you and say, oh, I need to buy them so that I can review them and help my clients with them. But the truth is, half of these I haven't even opened yet. So I have, InstaBuilder and Easy Video Sales Letter and Video Script and Tube Tracker, and so I'm definitely the worst offender when it comes to buying and attempting to use video tools. And the trick is, you've got to decide, all right, I'm going to commit to a couple of these, or I'm going to learn a few of these before I buy anything else. So I'm going to have to put a moratorium on my JVZoo purchases because I do have a handful of products. So my first time-saving tip is really tools without tactics are trash. So really, if you have all that stuff sitting on your hard drive, but you haven't learned how to use it, or you haven't thought about it in terms of strategy, then you're in trouble. So pick one or two or three and go with it. Learn how to use Easy Sketch Pro or one or two of these softwares so that you can put them into your video strategy rather than saying, oh my God, I've got 60 products, I don't even know which one to start with. And here are a few tips for kind of cutting through the clutter and actually making videos. And the first one may sound obvious, but it's oftentimes forgotten, and that is just to create a plan for every video you create. So knowing what your goals are before you go to do that video is going to save you a ton of time. You have to know, is this video a webinar invitation? Is it something I can do on camera? Is it better served for an off-camera video? So you've got to really have a plan for every video, even if it's a quick 2-minute tips video. And then ultimately you can start to streamline and simplify the process so that when you do go to create a video, Jeff and I do a lot of webinars, and I do a lot of webinar promos, and now I've got a system where I can sit down in front of the computer and say, okay, this is the webinar I'm promoting, these are the 3 points I want to make, and here's how I'm going to get this video done. The more prep time you put into it, the more production time you will save. So think about it in terms of what you're going to say, what's your script. Some people like to produce a storyboard. I don't always go to that kind of effort, but you do want to put some prep time into it. And also, consider your off-camera options, because there are going to be times when it is easier or more convenient to create a quick animation video or a PowerPoint or a slide video or something like that. So you do have options. You don't always have to be on camera. And for guys like me, that's a good thing, because I don't particularly like being on camera. So also use as many free online resources as possible, and I'm going to share a couple of those with you in a moment. Go low tech when possible. It's really easy to get caught up and say, oh my gosh, I've got this awesome new camera and it's got all these great features, but there are times when maybe your webcam will do the same job, or maybe your iPhone with video is more than enough to get the job done. So think about, what's the easiest way to get this done, and go low tech when possible. It's also okay to admit that you don't know what you don't know. You might get into some of this stuff and realize that, I thought this software was going to be awesome, but it's not for me, and that's not a bad thing. You got to figure out some of this through trial and error. I also find that it's really helpful to have a coach or accountability partner to kick my butt. And if you find that you really want to do video and you say you're going to do video but you're not doing it, sometimes a coach or mentor or accountability partner can be just the thing. And even with the amount of video I do, I have a couple of mastermind folks that I talk with, and I tell them, I want you to ask me if I've done video this week and if I finished what I said I was going to do, and hold my feet to the fire. And lastly, and I can't remember if I learned this from, might have been you, Jeff, or Mike Stewart, done is better than perfect. So I'm a big believer in getting the stuff done and off the hard drive, and knowing when to say this is good enough to get the job done. So another quick time-saving tip is to know your why going in. In other words, what is the goal of that particular video? If you know why you're doing that video, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to create that video. And also, don't overthink it. I think a lot of people tend to overcomplicate video when the truth is less is more, and it's oftentimes better to keep it simple. And sometimes you can create a process or a system that is repeatable so that you can do video more consistently and more quickly. So you don't necessarily need a ton of equipment or resources. I use my webcam or my iPhone or my iPad 99% of the time. If you have a YouTube account, that means you have someplace where you can host your videos for free. And if you are doing on-camera videos, find a spot where you can, or a location that you can use anytime that doesn't require a lot of setup. And you may have seen when I was on camera, I just, literally taped white cardboard behind my wall to keep it clean and neutral, and just to kind of have a neutral background. So that way I can fire up the webcam and sit down in front of the computer and do a video pretty much any time. I also like to talk a lot about finding your video sweet spot. And what that means is essentially finding the easiest and most effective video platform or type of video for you and your goals and your personality. If you're a good-looking guy like Jeff, then on-camera talking head videos are awesome. You can definitely get away with that. If you are camera shy, then an off-camera video might be your sweet spot. Some people like to do video interviews or Google Hangouts. I like Google Hangouts because I can show slides, or I can be on camera and I can kind of go back and forth. I also like the interplay and having somebody else to be on the Hangout with me, so that you might find that is your sweet spot. You might like to crank out quick tips series for YouTube or your blog and just do a bunch of quick videos sharing tips from your niche. Animated video, I'm going to share a couple of the tools I use for animated videos and sketch videos. Some people really enjoy those tools, and that's their sweet spot. I like to do PowerPoint to video because it allows me to share a lot of information in a short amount of time. Other folks like screencasts or screen capture videos like Camtasia. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's really a matter of finding your particular video sweet spot and the type of video that you like to do that's most effective for you, because that's the one that you're going to do most often. And once you find your sweet spot, you'll find that it is easy to crank out video because maybe you enjoy the quick on-camera videos, or maybe you prefer something a little more like a sketch video. I also want to make a quick distinction between what I call quick videos and keeper videos. And quick videos I like to call the kind that you can kind of crank out without worrying too much about production. Maybe you're doing a quick tip series, maybe you're on location somewhere and you want to just do a quick tip from your iPhone. You don't worry too much about production. Testimonials that you get at an event or a seminar, those are usually kind of quick on-the-fly videos. Anything that you do on location, at an event, those are usually quick videos. And even Google Hangouts like this one can be quick videos because they're relatively easy to start. And I think there's an expectation that we're not on the red carpet here. We're just trying to share some information and do a fun little webinar. On the other hand, keeper videos are videos that are going to have some shelf life and that may be more important from a branding standpoint, like a homepage video or a product demo or something maybe that's on a video sales page. If you're a speaker and you've got a speaker reel, obviously you want that to look good. So keeper videos are the ones where you're going to spend a little bit more time and effort. But I think if you make that distinction and you realize that it's okay to do quick videos, and there are times when quick videos are fine, that gives you permission to not have to go crazy and really do anything over the top. It's really quick videos. It's more about the information and the message and getting it out there. Make sense, Jeff? Any questions or anything before
I like that distinction between quick tips and keeper videos, and that sweet spot. I like that because not everybody does every single one. You don't do every single one. I don't do every single one.
Absolutely not. So
sweet spot, I think, makes you more productive. Yes.
Absolutely, because that's the thing. I mean, once you kind of find, like, okay, this is pretty cool, I like doing this kind of video, or I like doing sketch videos, I can do them really quickly, again, you're going to do more of them because they're easier for you. You're not going to do the stuff that's a real pain in the butt. And if I absolutely hate being on camera, it's going to be less likely that I do on-camera videos. So I'm going to move on now to a little bit of stuff about YouTube, some time-saving tips about YouTube. and also why YouTube has become so important. I found this chart recently where YouTube just surpassed Facebook as the top social network. This is a list of the top 10 social networks by unique monthly visitors in the millions, which means YouTube is getting 900 million unique monthly visitors every month. So it's now bigger than Facebook, as you can see, far bigger than Twitter and LinkedIn and Google Plus and Pinterest, and nothing against those social sites. But if you really want to have a strong social media presence, YouTube has to be part of your plan and part of your strategy. And the good news is YouTube has gotten easier to use. I have a lot of different tutorials and things like that. But here I'm going to go into a couple of the sort of time-saving hacks or ways to make it easier to use YouTube. And there are a few different things you can do. And again, these go beyond sort of the typical. Let me just put the title and description up there. I'll show you some screenshots of these as well. But one is that you can use upload defaults, and what that means is basically you can autofill your description and keywords so you don't have to fill it out every single time. You can put some defaults in there so that there's already information filled out and you don't have to put in the same information over and over, so that can save you some time. You can also add a 3-second branded intro to your videos, and you can do a quick little slide or animation. I'll show you a screenshot of that, and that can help to brand your videos. There's something else called featured content that you can add to basically put a free ad on all of your videos. I'll show you how Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show uses end cards to keep viewers engaged with your content. That's a relatively new strategy that's very powerful. How to organize and curate your content using playlists. YouTube lets you put your videos into playlists. That can actually save your viewers time. And also just the fact that some people forget that there is a free online video editor within YouTube, and there's also free online research and analytics within YouTube. So let me show you a few shots of what I'm talking about. And first we'll start with this upload defaults section. If you go to your YouTube channel, and I certainly hope you all have one, and you scroll down to upload defaults, you'll find a page where you can basically set some defaults so that every time you upload a video, it's going to start with this information. Now, of course, you can change it for each individual video, but in this case and in this screenshot, for example, I have my default video set to public. I have the default category set to how-to. I've got a generic description in here that I can add to or embellish. I've got some tags that I use all the time, in my case video marketing tips, and a few other things that you can check and fill out so that each time you upload a video, you don't have to do this every single time. So that's going to save you some time just because you'll be starting with sort of a description and tags and things already filled out. Another way that you can make your YouTube experience better for your viewers and for your own branding is to add that 3-second introduction. And again, you go under your channel section and go down to where it says branding, and you can add a quick little video intro or a slide or just some kind of quick little 3-second intro to any or all of your videos. On the right hand side you can see where it says apply to, and I have mine set to apply to all uploads. So I don't have to do this for every video. No matter what video I upload, YouTube is automatically going to add this 3-second intro, and it's really just a quick animation of my name so that it sort of helps to brand my videos. You can put whatever video you want. You can change the videos. You can put them on some or all of your videos. But I only have to do this once. It's a set it and forget it thing, and then it's added to all my videos. Moving right along, here's my favorite sample and my favorite case study for YouTube, and that's The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. They do an excellent job with their YouTube channel, and they do a lot of things right. And one of the things that they do that's pretty cool that we can do is add an end card or an end slide, and that's basically just a slide that you put at the end of your videos to keep viewers engaged and to lead them to other places that you want to lead them to, rather than having all those competitor videos show up and having them go off into some rabbit hole somewhere else. You want to keep your viewers on your properties and engaged with you, so you can take a page out of the Tonight Show playbook and add an end card. And in this example, the end card has little ads for watch more clips from tonight's episode, or subscribe to our channel, or watch Jimmy's favorite videos. All of these overlays are annotations, which means that in the end card they've gone into YouTube and added annotations which are clickable links. So if you click on subscribe, you'll be subscribed to the Tonight Show channel. If you click on more clips from tonight's episode, you'll be taken to more videos from that night's episode. So again, it's a really effective way to keep people engaged and keep them on your channel. It does take a little bit of effort because you've got to create a graphic, and then you've got to put it into YouTube, and then you've got to add annotations, but it really is a powerful way to take all that traffic that you're getting on YouTube and send it to your other properties. You can even send it back to your own website if you want. So I'm using that a lot more now. Like I say, it is really more of a ninja tactic that takes a little bit more effort, but it's well worth the effort. The other thing you can see in this clip is how effectively Jimmy Fallon uses playlists. So YouTube lets you create playlists, and that means you can take specific videos and put them into playlists. So they have playlists for their different features and skits and sketches, and this one here is called Thank You Notes. So they've got all of their different thank you note sketches, which they do every Friday night, and they have them in a playlist. It just makes it a lot easier for the viewers to find those videos. So when in doubt, do what the Tonight Show does. I realize they have a staff probably to do all this, but they do a really great job on YouTube. Another thing you can do on YouTube is add what's called featured content. This is a relatively new feature that, again, allows you to promote other videos and send people to other videos that you have. And this is just a quick little kind of banner ad that pops up at the end of your videos and sends people to another one of your videos. Now I have it set so that it sends people to my most recent upload, and that it pops up at the end of the video. So as you're reaching one of the end of my videos, another little banner will pop up and say, hey, why not watch this other video from Lou? So again, just a cool way to keep people on your channel and engaged with your content. Groovy. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat to see so far we're doing okay. And again, feel free to jump in.
I'm loving what you're doing here, these YouTube pieces, especially the end card.
Yeah.
And, the branding. I'm loving that, man.
Yeah, and a lot of this is set it and forget it, so I only have to do this featured content once, and I don't ever have to, you know, people say, where's the featured content page? And I'm like, I don't know, because I did it 3 months ago and I can't remember. But
yeah, I get that.
It's set it and forget it. And again, another thing that people forget about YouTube is that they have pretty rich analytics and a lot of information. If you scroll down to analytics, you can take a look at how your videos are performing, and everything from where the traffic's coming from, to the demographics, to how long people are staying on your video. And again, you can use this to make your future videos better. You know, you can go down almost to the zip code. You know, I can say, wow, why do I have so many viewers in Nebraska? Well, who knows, but maybe you can use that. In this case, I have my audience retention screen up here, and it tells me that the average view duration is 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that tells me that I need to keep my videos under 2 minutes, because there's drop-off at 1 minute 30. So it's, you know, again, just useful information that you can use to make your videos better. And last but not least on YouTube is the good old YouTube editor, which in a pinch is a great way to edit your videos quickly. If you just want to snip off the beginning or the end, or maybe you want to combine a couple of videos, you go under the YouTube Creator Studio and scroll down to Create and open up the video editor. And there's a nice little onboard editor. You can add text, you can add transitions, you can add music, And again, it's not my first choice, but if you're in a pinch and it's all you have and you don't want to learn editing software, YouTube is not a bad way to go. And I see some questions here, and I'll get to those in just a minute. Actually, I'll answer the YouTube-related ones now before we move on. Thank you. Kelda says this information is helpful. Kat says great tips. Awesome. So YouTube is ranked, yes, much, much higher than Pinterest, Marlene. And Suzanne says, is it easy to concentrate the audience to one single YouTube channel versus a Facebook page? It depends where your audience and where your peeps are. In my case, I do both. Like, I like to have my video on YouTube and Facebook because I don't want to miss anybody. Balin says he's having a little trouble with his connection. So yes, this is recorded as a Google Hangout. It is recorded, and the replay will be available, and we'll get that to you shortly afterwards. Anything else, Jeff, before I move on?
No, and we took care of Balin. They just had to reboot, so she's good. And everybody's saying this is so helpful. Great tips. Loving this. Like I said, so go for it, bud. This is good stuff.
Well, let me share another video editor then, because a lot of people get intimidated with editing and they think it takes a really long time, and it does if you don't use the right tools. But when I don't use, I'm on a Mac, so when I'm not using iMovie or Final Cut Pro, I like to use something called WeVideocom because it's an online solution. It works on a Mac or a PC, doesn't matter if you're Mac or PC. And they have both a free version and a low-cost premium version. I find that it's a pretty short learning curve with WeVideo. It's pretty user-friendly. It's very intuitive. And again, it just gets you out of the trap of having to buy expensive editing software. So if you want to clean up your video a little bit and enhance it, you can go to WeVideocom and upload your video and edit it right in WeVideo. You can trim it, you can add transitions, you can add music. The other thing that I like a lot about WeVideocom is they let you add themes or templates or styles to your video. So you can just decide, like, okay, I want my video to look, you know, cartoony or fantasy or fun, and you can just apply that theme and it will apply to your whole video and give it a whole new look and feel. So quick way to really enhance and clean up your videos is to check out WeVideocom. And I use the free version, and I love free stuff, so you might want to check that out. So again, another time-saving tip here is to find those tools, find your favorite tools, and use those most often, rather than trying to say, oh my gosh, there's 18 different online editors out there. You know, there probably is, but find the one that works best for you and stick with that. I don't know if you can hear Rocco the pug happily snoring away on my lap here, so I'm going to put him down for a second.
No, I'm not hearing him. I was wondering if y'all could hear Duke, who just walked over here by my chair and did a big sign laid down. So, you know, see, guys, I'm not the only one that has dogs in the background. So
that's true. Yep, Marco likes to make an appearance. So I mentioned earlier that, you know, I have like over 60 tools that I've purchased, kind of embarrassed to admit, on JVZoo, but I want to share a couple that I use most often and that I find I can crank out videos pretty quickly, usually in 10 minutes or less. And one of those has been around for a bit, called Video Maker FX. And I think it's still, you know, it's been around, it's still one of the best. You can create animated videos, character videos, what are called sketch, some people call them whiteboard videos. And you can do them pretty quickly because Video Maker FX gives you all these templates, and you can kind of mix and match, almost like making a slideshow, and you can do it relatively quickly. So Video Maker FX is one of my faves, and here I'm not here to sell that. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that, but I am a fan of Video Maker FX, and I use it myself quite a bit because, again, it's just one of the ones that I can use quickly to create, you know, different kinds of animated character videos. And there are times when it's more fun and more easy to create those kinds of videos. Another one of my absolute favorites, and I guarantee you can make a video in under 10 minutes on this, is Adobe Voice. Now, the only drawback for this is that it's an iPad software, so you do have to have an iPad for this one. But if you do, any version of the iPad, you can download Adobe Voice for free. And what you do with Adobe Voice is you basically narrate or speak right into your iPad, 1 or 2 lines at a time, and then you match up your vocals or your narration with photos or text or graphics that Adobe Voice provides. And you can also upload your own photos or images, so you have some flexibility there. But it's a great way to construct and create a quick little video using your voice and using images that Adobe Voice provides. And they have different themes, and the videos look very professional, very intuitive and easy to use, kind of one slide or one frame at a time. And if you do have an iPad, there's nothing to lose here because it's free software, really easy to use. And I bang out videos with this really, really quickly. I just narrate a quick little video, maybe for a webinar promo or a product promo, and throw some text and images with it, and I've got a quick little video. Done, done, done. And the last one that I use for animation quite a bit is called Powtoon.com. And this one's not free, but they usually have a pretty good deal on it, and I believe they have a free trial, but it is fast, fun, and flexible animation software. And again, I'm not an animator, and I don't know how to
how you do that cool stuff you do?
Yeah, I did the webinar video for this webinar was done with Powtoon.
Okay. I was going to ask you that. That's cool.
Yeah, so basically you go to Powtoon, and they've got all kinds of different templates, and you say, okay, I want to use this character, I want to use this style, I want to use this image, and you pick a template and you replace their generic text with your text, and you can create your story and your video just using their software and their templates. So really, and again, I've used it for a little while, so I may be a little bit quicker, but honestly, I created that webinar promo for this webinar using Powtoon in about 10, maybe 15 minutes tops.
That's beautiful.
They have the music that you add to it, so you can add different music. And again, you just download it, and you can put it on YouTube. You can put it on a website. So really, just a fun, easy way. They have tons of templates. If you want more flexibility and more templates, they have different higher-priced plans. But it's pretty reasonable. And I, get an annual subscription because I use it, fairly often. So those, out of all the gazillion tools I have, these are the 3, at least for animation, that I probably use most often, and that I find you can make the quickest kind of video. All right, so I'm going to share a few more tools before we wrap up and maybe answer some questions here. And some of these are pretty much still video related, and these are tools that I use quite a bit. And the first one is called Viewbix.com, which is video hosting, but it also has a lot of other cool features. So what a lot of people say, well, do you use anything besides YouTube to host your videos? And you can host your videos on Amazon S3, or I just happen to use Viewbix because it's both hosting and it really gives you a lot of control over the way that your video looks and feels and plays. So with something like Viewbix, and again, they do have a free trial version. I'm using, a pretty inexpensive version. But with Viewbix, you can add interactive elements to your video and really control the whole way, the whole experience, the way that the video looks. So I'm hosting my video on Viewbix, but I'm also adding what they call apps to my video. So I can add a little About tab. I can add a coupon or a link or a social media icon to lead somebody to my Facebook channel. In this case, on the upper right-hand side, you can see that I've got my 10-minute video trainer video uploaded here, and there's an option for a free session. So if people are watching this video, at any point during the video, they can click the free session button, and they'll get linked right to my schedule to set up an appointment with me. So it's a way for you to create custom video players when you're sort of ready to graduate from YouTube and you want to go to the next level. Viewbix is one way to do that. The other thing I like about Viewbix is it also allows you to put all your videos into a gallery, or if you've got a collection of videos, or maybe you've got a video course. In this case, I have my 10-minute video trainer videos in Viewbix, so I can keep them here and allow the viewers and the people that are part of this course to watch them all without having to go to a membership site or without having to jump through the hoops.
That's cool.
So it's not technically membership software, but what I do is I kind of have a workaround. So rather than having membership software, I'll use Leadpages and Viewbix to sort of create that membership experience. So in other words, I skip the membership software and I use Leadpages, which now has a gazillion new templates. And again, I'm not here to sell Leadpages, but I am a fan. And I can take a template from Leadpages and put all my 10-minute video trainer lessons there to make it look pretty. And when people click lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, they're technically watching the video on Viewbix because this is all connected to Viewbix. So I've sort of done a workaround for the membership site by using stuff I already have, which is Leadpages and Viewbix.
Wow. Hats off, dude. You just rocked my world.
Wow, thanks.
Down about 10 ideas right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and it's great to have membership software, but if you don't want to get into all that, you know, there are workarounds. And because, you know, I like to use what I already have. I have Leadpages. They just added a gazillion new templates. And I saw this template where it was like, oh, look, you can put your course on Leadpages and host the video. You don't have to host it on Viewbix, but, you know, you have all of these lessons are clickable, so you click here and you go to that lesson on Viewbix. Pretty cool.
Very nice.
Another tool that I use quite a bit, unrelated to that, is called MaleView.com. I like video email because it's really a lot more engaging than regular email, and it's a good way to connect with people, and it's really a good way to reach people who may be a little bit more difficult to reach. They tend to open video email, has much better click-through rates than regular email. And using something like MaleView.com, you can basically, for free, that's why I used MaleView, is, you know, click the record button, record your message, send it to somebody, and they get a video email and a nice personal message from you. Some of these video mail services are free, like MaleView.com. Others are a little bit more sophisticated and have more bells and whistles, like vsnap.com or bomb.com. But again, the point is you're using video in a way to engage and connect with people that is a little bit over and above what most people do. So it's relatively quick. It's an easy way to say hello. It's a nice way maybe after a conference to follow up with people that you met. And it's just a lot more personal than regular email. And last but not least, and this isn't so much a video tool, but I use it almost every day, and I think Jeff does too, and that's Canva.com for making graphics. I love Canva.com because it's a free online app that gives you a head start in making graphics because they have all kinds of designs and templates that can make you look like a professional designer. So if you saw some of the graphics that Jeff and I posted for this webinar, they were created using Canva. And Canva...
You can have 2 of them right now.
Yep.
Video shortcuts and the one in black with you and the TV, which is super cool.
So you can use your own photos, you can bring in your own photos, or you can use photos that Canva provides. Like the jelly bean one, I think that was a Canva photo and it was $1. So the Canva photos are $1 a pop, you know, very reasonable. And it's just a fun way to make graphics for Facebook because Facebook has become so much more visual. And the way that I use this for video, other than promoting stuff, is I try to create custom video thumbnails for YouTube because people are going to, you know, a lot of times decide whether or not to watch a video based on the thumbnail, for better or worse. So you can create a thumbnail by taking a screenshot of your video and then dropping some text over it and it becomes a much more compelling thumbnail than what YouTube usually gives you. So that's pretty much it. The last time-saving tip I have for you before we look at some questions and stuff is really, if you're still overwhelmed with all this, find a mentor like Jeff or me or somebody, or take a self-study course and have somebody guide you through all this, because there is a lot of stuff out there, and it is easy to get overwhelmed, and sometimes it's just a matter of finding the right tools. Let me take a quick look at the questions, and Jeff, if you have anything, let me know, and then I'll tell you how you can get more of this cool stuff.
Sure. Let's see. Jennifer's asking, link Leadpages in any video hosting site other than ViewBiz? Does it work the same?
Yeah, because if you have, Leadpages basically just ask for the link, so you can link to the video on Amazon S3 or even back to YouTube, technically, because all you're doing with Leadpages really is sending them to another destination. You're just linking someplace.
I love it.
So that would work. And then, yeah, ViewBix is pretty cool. MaleView is pretty fun. Jennifer says she loves Canva. Karen loves Video Maker FX. Awesome. Skipping membership software. Yay.
Jackie's asking, would Leadpages be enough to have a video-based website that would have a library of profile videos?
Yeah, I have 10 videos, actually 12 videos on my Leadpages video page, but you could, just keep creating more and more. You could have 30, 50, whatever you want. So you just start with the Leadpages template and then just kind of, pop in links to those videos.
I love it. Now, I love Karen's question because I remember being, in terms of video, exactly where Karen is with this question, so I love it. I'm new to all this. Do you recommend green screen, chroma key, digital backgrounds? That's hard to say at once. Or live backgrounds?
Yeah, I think it's always good to start with live backgrounds because green screen is a pain in the butt, just to light and to, so that's kind of like next level stuff. And really, what's more important than your background is your message and, your content. So focus on that, and as long as your background is sort of brand appropriate, which can be your office or a neutral background, I wouldn't worry too much about green screen until you're really ready to, kind of take it to the next level. Green screen's fun.
You guys have asked me before, what camera should I use? And I always say the one you have.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the background. Which background should you use? The one you have.
Yeah, keep it simple. Find a spot in your dining room or kitchen or living room or something where there's not too much chaos going on in the background.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that big a deal. On my background, on one side I've got one of the posters that Laura drew from a NAMS talk. Behind me, over my left shoulder, is another one. Right behind my head is a set of 2 French doors, okay, in my office. On the other side of those French doors is a bathroom, okay? And so all I do when one of these are coming is it's a very technical technique, folks. I close those doors, okay? Mm-hmm. And you can check that out if Lou shows me back on here after saying all this bathroom stuff. I don't know if he will, but it doesn't have to be that fancy. The best one's the one you got.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes if I turned my computer around to see the mess that's on the other side of the computer, it's like, okay, yeah. I'm only concerned about the 2 feet that people see. Let's see. Bill's asking, where does PowerPoint and Camtasia fit into all this? Again, it's a matter of kind of finding your video sweet spot. This is what you're looking at right now is a PowerPoint presentation, essentially, that I'm scrolling through and narrating on the webinar. And you can do essentially the same thing with Camtasia, although Camtasia, you can do a little bit more editing and a few more bells and whistles with that. But it's just a matter of what's the best way to deliver the message and the information. In a webinar, nobody wants to look at me for 40 minutes, so I just tend to use the slides and do it that way because I can share a lot of information. Karen's saying, are you saying not using wish list for membership but Leadpages and video hosting? I'm saying that's a workaround and an option that you could potentially do that. Lisa's asking if I could put up the slide before Canva. Let me see if I can find that one. This one's just the summary slide. So the one before that was MaleView.com. So if you don't believe, I'll jump into the next part here that you can do video in 10 minutes. I'm going to try and prove it to you. And I have a very popular new course product called 10-Minute Video Trainer, and it's a really simple video course designed to be done basically in 10 days in 10 minutes a day. So the lessons are 10 minutes or less, and there's more than 10 of them because there's some bonus lessons. I have got some bonus tutorials and guides and checklists and things like that. There are things about YouTube optimization that can't necessarily be taught in 10 minutes, so I have a bonus video on that. I have a bonus video on Google Hangouts. I've got different guides and checklists and cheat sheets. And the idea here is, rather than overwhelm you with 40 modules of training or hours and hours of information, I want to give you sort of the basic, here's how to get started quickly, here are the tools to use, here's the best way to get up and running with video in a relatively short amount of time. So that's what I did with the 10-minute video trainer. And I would argue that you don't need 25 modules, and you don't necessarily have time for hours and hours and hours of lessons and technobabble. And I've seen some of these products where they say, we're going to give you, 75 hours of blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't have 75 hours to learn this stuff. And video doesn't have to take a ton of time. It doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars. And if you go, I'll put the link in the chat here, but if you go to Bortone.com/Jeff10, you will see the 10-minute video trainer, and you'll be able to take a look at that and all that it includes. Let me just put the...
I'll do that for you while you're talking.
Okay, thanks. And then I'll show you basically what this includes. The 10-minute video trainer is 10 video lessons, kind of mini modules, very short PDF slides for each lesson so you can follow along. A nice little success calendar. If you do decide to do this in 10 days, it's set up so that you can do it that way. I've got 10-step checklists and cheat sheets. There is a private, very active Facebook group for additional accountability and support. Folks will post a video in there and get some very constructive, helpful criticism or feedback on it. And also bonus video tutorials and how-to videos. So if you do want to go deeper than the 10-minute lesson on YouTube, you can go deeper than that. So it's everything from studio setup to scripting to taping to editing. So a different 10-minute lesson on YouTube, a different 10-minute lesson on uploading and distribution, Google Hangouts, all kinds of good stuff. And it's really just a pretty cool course. I'm very proud of it, and took a long time to put together, even though it's relatively short. But you can see that it's kind of designed to be done over the course of 10 days or so in little 10-minute chunks, so it's not overwhelming, and pretty cool stuff. So that's it. That's it's usually $147. We just finished selling it actually for $147, but if you get it on the webinar today for Jeff, it's $97, which is
Are you kidding me? Really? Just that? Oh wow.
Yeah, why not? We want to make it easy, and we don't want to leave any, don't want to give you any excuse for not doing video. So
exactly.
It really can be
what an incredible no-brainer, you guys. Come on.
Stress-free video. That's what I say. Like, even if you've tried before and gotten frustrated, I'll walk you through this. Kind of like we did in this webinar here, but just 10-minute chunks, 10 minutes at a time, one day at a time, as easy as it can possibly be, but still lots of great content. So hopefully you'll jump in at Bortone.com/Jeff10 and check it out. Let's see if there are any other questions, and happy to have your feedback as well, Jeff, on the stuff.
Sure.
So I see one from Sunny. I can't remember if Kristen or Katie Davis recommended you, but Katie's Video Idiot Bootcamp for Authors is another simple piece. I know Katie, yeah, she's, it's so funny because we've done stuff together. I don't know if you remember Katie Davis from NAMS, but we met at NAMS. She told me she was going to do this Video Idiot Boot course, and it's a good course. It's the same kind of thing. That one's a little more geared towards writers and authors, but yeah, she does good stuff, and she's a hot ticket, so awesome. Randy asks, what type of video methods that out of the ones that we mentioned tend to have the best for conversion rates and sharing? And that's a tricky question because it really depends on the content. by and large, short videos tend to be shared a lot. Obviously, funny videos tend to be shared quite a bit, but think about it in terms of who's your target audience, what's the message that's going to resonate best with them. And it isn't always a matter of getting the most views on YouTube. It's just a matter of reaching the right people on YouTube. Really, it's more important, like I say, I'd rather reach entrepreneurs in my target market than have a viral video that's seen by a bunch of teenagers who are never going to engage or buy my stuff. So really think about your target market, and in some cases, it's going to be that quick little 2-minute tip that really converts for people. For other folks, it could be an hour-long webinar.
I like that. I like that. Jennifer's cracking me up. I have curtain French doors in my office too. Guess now I can be like Jeff. Only if there's a bathroom on the other side. Marlene jumps in. I noticed the doors and was happy to think it was a storage closet. Sorry to disabuse you of that, Marlene. Let's see, what else?
I did see one time, it cracked me up because I saw an organization coach doing a video, and she had a bookshelf in the back that looked like a hurricane had hit it, and I'm like, well, that's not really the best branding for an organization. So do be aware of what's behind you and make sure it's brand appropriate. I mean, I see like chiropractors doing stuff in their office with their degrees in the back. I mean, that's perfect. It's you want the background to kind of, if possible, be part of the brand, if not neutral.
Sure. That makes me laugh because back when I was a therapist down in Tallahassee, the school system hired me to do a time management workshop.
Mm-hmm.
I'd written a couple articles on it. All right, I'll make something up. So I was thinking maybe it'd be a new niche, but I decided it wasn't for me when I ran late for the time management workshop I was doing. So, not a good thing. Do you handle all of your own video taping and editing? And if not, why do you prefer outsourcing?
Yeah, I do. I mean, because I have a production and editing background, I do it, my own, and I can do it fairly quickly. And there are times when I don't do any. I'll just upload something on the fly. That's what I love about Google Hangouts and these Webinar Jam things. Is this is just going to go to YouTube, as it is, unedited, and it's ready to go. And that's fine. But when I do, and the rare occasions when I outsource, you really can at this point go to Fiverr and find folks to do it. Sometimes people just need a voiceover artist or they want somebody else's voice on their video. But again, if you can learn enough basic editing to kind of clean up the beginning and the end, that may be all you need. And then there was another question here: is the video training self-paced? The 10-minute video trainer is self-paced so that if you wanted and you were really ambitious, you could watch all 10 lessons in one day, or you can spread it out over 10 days. I tend to, tell folks, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take it a little bit at a time and be able to absorb the stuff. But you really can. It's self-paced and self-study, so you can do it as much as you want, as often as you want. The videos don't go away. They're in a membership area. You can go back to them. You can watch them on your iPad or your iPhone. So it's just the easiest way that I've been able to, and I've been doing this for a while, but I tried to put together the easiest, most streamlined, not overwhelming way to get up and running with video.
I love it. And so here's a question. When does the training start, Lou?
The minute you buy the course, you get access to all the lessons and information and bonuses and stuff. And then I add you to the the Facebook group within 24 hours or so.
Awesome. And yeah, there will be a replay as well, folks. Bill is asking, are you using a blue snowball now?
I am indeed. Got my little blue snowball mic right in front of me. I have those 3 lights right now. Maybe I'll come back on camera here that I use. But I use these are the tools. Like this is just a quick example, like one of the slides from one of the lessons of the tools that I use. So I try and keep it really simple. And yeah, I mean, you could always grab it now, and then I mean, it will be going back to 147. But I know folks that got it, a couple weeks ago, but are not planning to start until February vacation or something like that. So that's
that's a good investment. You save money that way. Somebody earlier was talking about how they had just downloaded Adobe Voice last night and thought it was too good to be true, but we're so impressed with it. And then someone else was asking, is there an option for non-iPad people? My answer would be get an iPad, but another suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, it not yet. There's not Adobe Voice, but that's I often say, like, you know what? If you're on the fence about the iPad, this is one app that should push you over and say, man, I can bang out videos on this thing like there's no tomorrow. I'm doing webinar videos with this thing. I'm doing, just all kinds of 30, 40-second videos. So that got Rocco's attention.
Yeah, I bet it did. Sorry, Roscoe.
No problem. Let me just take a quick look and see if there are any other questions that we may have missed. Yes, this will be available as a replay. Suzanne says she posts a photo or sometimes a short video on a dog breed page that you can have on Facebook. It's getting no interaction with the videos, but a lot of with images. It depends on Facebook. It's so image friendly now. It might just be a time thing. I mean, again, if the images are compelling, it's kind of easy and there's no time commitment to it, whereas with a video, people know they have to put in 30 seconds or a minute. So the image that represents the video and the headline that represents the video has to be compelling. So again, it's almost like having a good thumbnail. People are not going to click on it unless it's kind of a cool image. You can use Canva to make those really cool images to lead people to your video. How long is the offer good for? That's a good question, Jeff. I'm going to probably leave this up for a few days. I mean, I don't really go for like, we've only got 20 minutes to do this, but it will be going back up to 147. I'll probably change it on Sunday because I want to give the replay people a little bit of a chance to.
Yeah, why don't we make it Sunday at midnight?
Sunday at midnight. There you go.
That'll give people to watch the replay. And I mean, Kat says this is puppy approved. I love it. Folks, if you gotta find the 97, I get that, but go ahead and do it because this is going to make life easier.
I put the slide.
We try to do these at levels that make it like, okay, I'm going to go do this. I don't got to think about it. Easy. And Lou's video skills are far superior to mine. He's one of the folks I learned from, and so that's why I'm getting it too. And so I tell you what, though, we hadn't talked about this, but don't you think I throw in a little bonus?
Absolutely, sure. Thanks.
No one's ever said no to me about that.
No, I don't want your bonus.
Maybe it's an offer you can't refuse or something. I don't know. You knew I had to slip that in there somewhere, right? Yes, I went there. Okay. Anybody got Godfather music we could play in the background?
Oh,
everybody that comes on board at loubortone.com/Jeff10, we're going to give you a month free in the Results Now Webinar Underground Vault. That's where we store all the webinars we do for free. We after they go away, all the ones I do that go away on a Sunday night, they're all there all the way back to 2013. Once a month we get together and answer your questions about them. And you also get a template of the month too. So your free month in that, $47 value when you come on board at loubortone.com/Jeff10.
Let me go back to Elena's asking for the breakdown of the 10 videos. So let me put that slide up there.
That's a good question.
And there's more than this. This is just the 10-day stuff. I also have a lot of bonuses that I put into there as well with extra videos and more timely things on Google Hangouts and things like that, which I think like Google Hangouts is one of those hidden gem, secret weapon kind of things. You can do video interviews, you can do webinars. Sometimes I use Google Hangouts to do quick tips even when I don't have an audience. So pretty cool. And thank you for that bonus, Jeff. That's awesome. Awesome.
I like you have this laid out with the graphics and each day or each module. It's very clear and very easy to understand. I like it.
Well, a lot of times folks say they don't know where to start, or they, and somebody, okay, well, you may already have a video studio set up. Then go right to video scripting and videotaping and video editing, and we try and make it easy peasy. Julia asks, Video FX is like Explainito. Yes, I think a lot of those tools that do animation are the same or relatively the same, so it's kind of a matter of finding which one you prefer, if any, and sticking with that one. For me, it's Video Maker FX because that's the one I sort of learned on, and I just kind of did that.
Sonny loves the additional gift. Lisa, yeah, you can still get that bonus even though you got it before. Now you got 2 months. Kat's got marbles she'll lend us so we can do a Brando impersonation. Oh, I like it. There's Jewel from my team. Yes, folks, thank you, Jewel.
Awesome.
And this just saved Jewel a lot of time and me a lot of time, and I just love my team. And Jewel's got it marked private, but it's no longer private. Folks, listen, so that we can make sure you get your bonus, okay, when you get the receipt from Lou, send it to the following address. Write this down, kids. support@jeffherring.com. support@jeffherring.com. That way we can know everybody that's done this. We'll have you in a special category, and we'll take care of you.
Awesome. And Elena wanted to get that bonus info one more time.
The bonus info is 1 month, $47 value, in the Results Now webinar Underground Vault. You'll get those. We're doing one right now, the free weekly webinars that we do. Okay, you'll get those go away on Sunday night, right? Whether I'm hosting it like I am now or I'm doing it myself. All of those are in the vault, and they date back to 2013. So we're talking tons of webinars. Okay.
Awesome.
And in addition to that, once a month, I come on and we do a webinar Q&A where you can watch the videos, ask me questions, and I also give you a template each month. So way valued at way more than $47, but that's what people pay for it. So you get a whole a month in there for free. And so Clay's saying there's lots more info on the buy page. She took the plunge. Yay, Sonny.
Thank you. Awesome. And you know, the other thing is that I should probably mention is that when you do this course, you also get a free session with me. I don't even know why I forgot to say that. I mean,
yeah, you did, dude.
That's a $297 value. You have a free coaching session with me as part of the training, so that you look through everything. Maybe you get stuck on editing or you have additional questions. Just click the link and you get a free session with me. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. Thank you for saying that, because listen, guys. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer in the chat box, okay? If you got something, if one of these tips is something you can use, if you got something out of this webinar, just say yes in the Q&A or in the chat box. I'm used to webinars, Q&A, whatever. Same thing.
Cool. Let's see.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, guys. Now, this was on a live broadcast to hundreds of people, to groups. Imagine what you're going to get when it's just you and Lou on the phone, him focused on you. Okay, that's why I do these things, because I get to talk to you guys and focus on you. Imagine the tips you're going to get. I would put a 0 next to the 97
yeah.
for the value that's worth. $970 value, I would say, for that. So, I mean, if that doesn't knock you on board, all I have to say is, seriously? So loubortone.com/Jeff10, Jeff10. You got something good when it was focused on everybody. Now just imagine what it'll be focused on you.
Yep.
So folks, I mean, go get this stuff at loubortone.com/Jeff10. Lou, you were going to say, buddy?
No, thank you so much. Thank you for the bonuses and for reminding me that, like, oh yeah, I do a free session with everybody that's part of this. One-on-one.
Call that wicked smart.
Yeah. It's all this snow I've been shoveling. We got 30 inches of snow yesterday. So.
That's right.
All right, well, it's dinner time, so unless you have anything else, I'll wrap it up. And thank you again for allowing me to talk to your folks. And you guys are great. Jeff's awesome. I love doing stuff with him, and look forward to seeing you at NAMS next month. And
yeah, man, me too.
And thanks, everybody.
Lou. And as always, love having you here. Love being with your folks, and I know you like being with mine. And folks, there's the link. Go get this stuff. loubortone.com/JEFF and then the digit 10, and then go use this stuff because it flat out works. Lou, my folks are used to having the page stay up for 5 or 7 minutes.
Sure.
Can we leave that up so both can continue to work?
Read it now before you forget, because Sunday you'll be watching the Super Bowl and it'll expire, and you'll be, oh crap, I forgot.
That's right. And there's I heard there's this team playing the Seahawks.
Those cheaters, yeah.
No, they're just smart enough to notice things other people don't notice.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a lot of Patriots haters out there, but
yeah,
you know.
only because they're good. Kat, remember I can't get the dance. Well, maybe next time. Okay, folks, go get this stuff. Go use this stuff. Lou, thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time, folks.
Yeah, I'll leave the slide up a little bit, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.